Robert Henderson Jr. Show, featuring Robert Henderson Jr., certified financial planner and president of the Henderson Financial Group. Understanding money. It's all about the money. Understanding money. It's all about the money.
We're back. Good morning, South Florida. It's so good to be here live in the beautiful studios of WTPS, 1080 AM inside your ear hole. I want you to wake up your mother, your father, your sister, your brother. I want you to wake up your husband. Tell him to get up. What he's sleeping for. Wake up your wife. Get your children up. It's Education Saturday, New Thought Saturday, and you're listening live on WTPS 1080 AM to Robert Henderson Jr., certified financial planner, and my co-host and sister-in-law and business partner. She got a lot of titles. Lynda Harris. Good morning, Lynda.
Good morning. How are you, Robin?
Hey.
Feeling good?
Yes.
Life is good?
Life is good. I'm back from the Carolinas. For those of you all, last week I was in North Carolina, South Carolina. Boy, I tell you, I was having a good time with new winding roads. We pulled over to the side, Lynda, and we got us some homemade vanilla ice cream.
Homemade?
Homemade.
On the side of the road?
Yeah. I mean, when you go into Carolina, you have all these little stops. You can get fresh peaches and, just fruit and just all the winding roads and the hills, just greenery. You can just smell the fresh air,
Yeah.
And they had these, we can get fresh homemade ice cream. The kind of ice cream when you used to be in a neighborhood a long time ago and somebody's mama was cooking, was making some ice cream. With that salt, right?
With that salt and that little churn.
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
And you can just taste that vanilla flavor.
The vanilla.
Oh, my goodness.
Simple things in life, huh, Robin?
Yeah, and my children, that was the first time them tasting that. And we were just really bragging about it, and they said, this is good.
Okay. They gave it up.
They gave it up. They had to give up the props. I don't know, you don't hardly see that that much,
No.
Everything is just instant ice cream.
Yeah.
That was some good stuff. But, hey, we're back. And we're in the beautiful studios. Today we have a fantastic show for you. What we feel about life. Life is about learning. You're never too young and you're never too old to learn. So we got an exciting show for you today. We're going to talk about let me calm down some. I'm so hyped up now just to being back home. We was talking about owning a business. And Saturday, I ran out of time because I was really getting ready to get cranked up and, the pitfalls, the pros, the cons, and just the different points of views of starting a business. And so many people really want to start a business. So I want to talk about that. I want to walk it through because I want to give everybody a visual understanding and what it takes from both sides of the table of owning a business, okay? Now, first of all, before I go into that, I want to give a shout out to the people who are sick, busted, and disgusted. I want to let you know that you have another chance. I want everybody who's listening to my voice to turn to the person next to you and say, hey, we're blessed. We have another chance, not a second chance, because, a lot of us need more than 2 times. A lot of us need more than, not a second chance, but another chance to get it right.
That's a better word. Another chance.
Another chance. That's a beautiful thing. I want you to think about that for a moment, because all of us, make mistakes. Everybody make mistakes. There's nobody perfect but the one. But to get another chance, a state of execution, that's a beautiful thing. Another chance, especially when you're like, oh, man, I messed up, but I get another chance to get it right. I want to get a shout out to all the people in the Caribbean islands for calling in. They say, Lynda, we sound like we're next door to them. And we are.
And we really are.
Because the world is getting smaller and smaller, especially with all this technology, the internet, all this technology that we have going on today. The world is.
I would like to. We will give us a call. Invite us over to the Caribbean. We'd love to go over there and speak. When the last time you've been over there, Rob?
I think it was about a year ago.
A year ago?
Right.
We love the Caribbean.
Right.
They're our brothers and sisters.
Yeah, go over there and
Slower pace.
Yeah.
No rush. Relax.
Yeah. I like that too.
I like it.
I like to travel. We like to travel. As a matter of fact, right after this show, Lynda and I, with 8 more of our family members, we're heading to the airport. We're on our way to Hawaii. Now, we're going to hook up with famous Amos, Wally Amos. As a matter of fact, he's going to call in about 8 o'clock today. So we're going to talk to him at the 8 o'clock hour from 8 to 9. We're going to talk more about business, the pros, the cons, the good, the the good, the ugly, the bad. We're going to go over that. He's going to tell you his story. He's going to tell you what he learned, what seemed to be real that really wasn't real, the illusion part of business and the good part of business. It's a spiritual moment, spiritual story. As a matter of fact, last time we had him on, he sent some of his cookies over. My whole office, we tore them up. It was so good. But that's what we're going to be doing. And then next week, I want you all to tune in because we got an exciting show for you. Even though we're going to be in Hawaii, you're still going to be able to hear us. You're not going to be able to call in, but you definitely will be able to pick up the show. You know, we got to continue this thing on because this is Education Saturday. Now, all during the week, you do what you got to do. But on Saturday, it's time. It's time to get some research and development going. You know, sometimes, Lynda, people, we just going and doing, and we in our little pace. We got to do this. We got to deal with the kids. We got to cook. We got to deal with the boss. We got to run errands. We got to get the traffic. And a lot of people, especially worker people, they don't have time for that research and development.
Yeah, it's hard to break your pattern and stop and actually fit something else in your life.
Yeah, but you got to always put some time down for learning. You know?
have to.
You got to. So I want you all to dedicate these Saturdays for education so we learn about money. It's all about the money. I'm telling you. Now, they may be talking about education. They may be talking about religion. They may be talking about politics, love, marriage. It's all trickles down one way or the other. Even the gas, all of this stuff. It's about the money. Now, we talk about money and finance on this show. This is our show. But if you all knows that we talk a little bit more, not just stocks and bonds and we talk to you because we believe that we have got to prepare you mentally, psychologically to handle and to receive your good. Some people wondering why they haven't hit the lotto. Why they have not, I don't mean the lotto is playing, I'm not talking about that. I mean, some people wondering why they haven't hit it big.
Or why they can't seem to get it together. Or
get ahead.
Yeah, get ahead. That's the proper terminology.
But see,
why I'm still grinding out here.
And some people go on for years and years. Say they're tired and it's like they're on a treadmill and they're not getting anywhere, working paycheck to paycheck. I'm going to tell you something. You cannot go no further than you are prepared consciously. See, if you don't have the mindset, you can't hold it. You can't even hold the prosperity that you want.
You're not ready to receive it.
Right. It's like you have a little cup, but you want a whole lot of coffee. You can't put a whole lot of coffee in a little cup. You got to get a big cup. And
usually, Robert, when it does come to you, you don't know it because you haven't prepared yourself to receive it. You don't recognize it.
You got a little cup. When I mean by cup, I'm talking metaphors, y'all. That means you got a little brain. You got a little. your viewpoint is so small. When something comes to you large, you can't handle.
You can't handle.
It's too much.
You won't even recognize it. It will look foreign. So educate yourself. Get some terminology. Learn about it. It's okay. You stop grinding. Change your pattern. Change your habits. Change your friends. Change your mindset.
Hey, Lynda, when you just said change your habits, every Saturday lately we've been starting this word for today.
Right.
And the word for today is procrastination. Now, some of us heard of that word and know what it is. And some of us never heard of that word.
But we still do it.
Isn't that amazing?
Boy, do we do it.
Because when you say words like procrastination, I'm a visual learner, and I always say, give me a visual. Can anybody say, give me a visual? And a lot of times, let me tell y'all, when y'all don't understand something, that means you don't have a visual. In your brain, you can't see it. You got to be able to see it. And when you say the word procrastination, you can't get a visual on that. What does that mean? That's like some big white folks made. Some of the word white folks made up. Procrastination. What is that? We don't talk like that around the hood, around our house. What is procrastination? Then why don't you break it down to us and give us the dictionary, the definition of procrastination.
Procrastination. To defer action. To procrastinate until opportunity is lost. To put off until another day or time. To delay.
Is that what we've been doing?
Boy, have we.
We've been, my mama used to just call it sorry. Sorry, you sorry. But we've been procrastinating.
Procrastinating.
Oh,
to defer
my
action.
Goodness.
Man.
Procrastinating. So, Mr. Goldstein, you've been procrastinating. Mr. Avaraz, you've been procrastinating. Leroy, you've been procrastinating. Putting off.
Delay.
Defer. Wow. That makes me think about my old saying that I always say, that true education is having the ability to make yourself do the things that you know ought to be done when you just don't feel like doing them. I'm going to say that again. Y'all need to write that down. That's some good stuff there, man. That's deep. Because if you can get that straight, you're on your way. I'm telling you. Let's say it. Write it down. I'm going to go slow now. True education and knowledge is developing and having the ability to make yourself do the things that you know ought to be done when you just don't feel like doing them. Now that's deep now. See, that's procrastination all the way.
Yeah.
You know you need to get up.
You know you need to get up.
You know you need to get up out that bed. You know you need to go study your lesson.
We do things like writing down lists, Robert. We put it on the refrigerator. We give ourselves a note, sticky note, post it. And we still, a lot of us, don't do it. Defer, delay, inaction.
No, you need to be working out. No, you need to be working out. No, you need to be doing the things that's going to take you to the next level. Can't say you don't know. You know. But you continue to put them off. That's part of your problem. Financially. Not only financially, psychologically, mentally, everything, spiritually. A lot of people say, I'm going to wait. Wait. What you waiting for? You can't wait. You already know what waiting achieves. Nothing.
Nothing.
And nothing from nothing leaves nothing. Those of you all who are just listening for the first time and you're tuning in, I'm Robert Henderson Jr., certified financial planner, my business partner and colleague and sister-in-law, Lynda Harris. Let me give you a rundown of my credentials. And matter of fact, we're going to get right into this business part of it, okay? I'm a certified financial planner. I've been practicing over 25 years. Stockbroker, trade stocks all day long, New York Stock Exchange. Also, a broker, real estate broker, president of Henderson Financial Group, author, New Underground Railroad, weekly columnist for the Miami Times, insurance broker. When we come back, we're going to give you Lynda's background so you know who you're rapping with. We'll be right back. It's 7:15. Keep it locked. We got more in store for you.
Voices of South Florida on News Talk 1080 AM WTPS, the People's Station. Dr. Rachel, weekdays 10 p.m. till midnight.
We have a man who's paying for everything. He's paying for her to go to school, paying for her to live, paying for her whole life. And in return, it's an unspoken exchange where he expects to have sex every morning. Should a woman who is allowing a guy to pay for everything, should she expect to put out whenever he wants to?
News Talk 1080 AM WTPS, the People Station.
One bluebird afternoon, while paragliding over the Pyrenees, your nose hairs grab hold of a lavender breeze, which whisk you away into a whirling tornado of powerful purple petals, and they tear your nose hairs apart and rip your paraglider to pieces. And before you can catch your breath, you find yourself falling 1,000 scented feet per second to the ground, where you land cleanly in a sparkling flower bed, one purple perfumed lavender petal landing softly on your nose.
Ooh, that's Lavender Clean Pine Sol, baby. One of 5 intense Pine Sol scents, loaded with the powerful scent of clean.
All across America, women are doing extraordinary things that make a powerful difference for their communities. Don't you know one too? Log on to abcradio.com for the Powerful Difference Awards contest, brought to you by the makers of Pine Sol, and tell us all about her. We'll award 2 special women a $10,000 donation to the organization of their choice, and their stories will be featured in Essence magazine. Log on to the Powerful Difference Awards from Pine Sol at abcradio.com today. No purchase necessary. Open to legal residents of the U.S. 13 years of age or older as of May 8, 2007. Contest ends July 2, 2007.
When was the last time someone offered you a second chance to save thousands of dollars? If you owe the IRS or state at least $15,000, American Tax Relief is offering you a second chance to eliminate up to 85% of your delinquent taxes. Thousands of honest, hardworking Americans have turned to American Tax Relief for the help they need. Look, your tax problem isn't going to go away. In fact, it's only going to get worse unless you get help. Call 1-800-542-6854. For a one-time professional fee, American Tax Relief can get you the second chance you never had before to save up to 85% on the taxes you owe. Get the second chance you deserve and save up to 85% on your delinquent taxes. Call American Tax Relief for a free consultation to see how much money they can help save you. Call 1-800-542-6854. Call right now for your second chance. 1-800-542-6854.
It's the Robert Henderson Jr. Show, featuring Robert Henderson Jr., certified financial planner and president of the Henderson Financial Group. Understanding money. It's all about the money. Understanding money. It's all about the money.
Yes, it's all about the money. Robert Henderson Jr., certified financial planner. Lynda, give them your background right quick so we can get into this.
Absolutely. I'm Lynda Harris. I am a licensed real estate broker, a licensed mortgage broker, a licensed insurance broker, a licensed Series 7 securities broker.
You just licensed.
And a new title of developer/builder.
Building all over. You just,
Oh, yeah. I'm doing a little bit of everything,
Yeah,
Robert.
you just
Motivator.
You just want to sit
Instigator.
you just won't sit your butt down.
I just won't sit
You just will
down.
not sit down. You just gotta go.
Gotta go.
When people say ain't nothing to do, you like, what?
I know.
Always doing something.
That word of the day, procrastinate,
Yeah.
does not apply to me. Now,
I know.
it did at one time.
Yeah.
It did. We all go through that period. Then you look around.
You're in a slump.
You're in the slum.
Yeah.
The living dead, the walking dead.
Yeah.
You got to shake it off.
Same routine.
Same routine.
Yeah.
Getting nowhere fast. Shake it off.
Call that life.
Right. And saying, well, this is how it's supposed to be.
No.
It's not how it's supposed to be.
Call that life. Life is about learning. Okay, I want to get into our topic that we was talking about. I promised you we were going to talk about. Let's talk about business. Because so many people, Lynda, really is sick and tired of being sick and tired of being sick and tired of being broke. So many people tired of working for the man not paying you what you really are due. You're just sick and tired. So you say, man, I want to go into my own business. I'm going to get my own thing so I can be truly free and be a part of the American dream. I want to make as much money as possible.
Right.
So you think about it and you start looking around, what can I do? What sort of business? I don't know, but I need to go into business. Have you ever felt like that? Call us 1-877-825-1080, 1-877-825-1080. So you feel like that. You need more money.
And what happens too, Robert, even with me, every time I call a plumber, from the yard man to the mechanic, and they give me a bill and I say, darn it, I wish I could do this. I can't believe he just charged me $75 for only 40 minutes.
Yeah.
To repair something. And so you figure I can do that.
Now you want to be a licensed plumber?
Now I'm thinking I could do it.
You
I know.
got a man,
I mean, you come, he put down some plants in your yard, that'll be $4.50.
Man, I gotta eat
and you
too.
just think, I can do that. Why don't I stop working for hourly wages? I'm not getting ahead, and I'm strong, I'm healthy. I can get out there and do it. What can I do to stop trading hours for dollars? Because I'm not getting anywhere. And that's what a lot of people come to our office and say.
Yeah,
this hourly wage thing is not getting me and my family ahead.
A lot of people come to our office, say they got an idea.
Right.
They want to go into business. And you know what? I'm going to tell you something. That's a good thing. When you're saying, listen, I want to be independent, that's a good thing. You know, you saying, I want to be independent. I want to make my own money.
Control my own destiny.
I want to control my own destiny. I want to be my own boss.
Right.
I want to be able to go to work when I want to go to work. Hey, I just want to make more money. I want to have no limitations. Because when you think about being your boss, you think about removing the limitations in life. That's what you think of. Now, I'm going to tell you from where we sit, how we view people that come in our office, okay? I want you all to understand financial advisors, bankers, money lenders. I want you to know how we view you.
Yeah.
Okay? We know how you view somebody who you need to get some money from. When you want to start a business venture, oh yeah, everybody know you want somebody to give you something so you can go to the next level. But I'm going to tell you how the lenders, anybody who has money and you're trying to talk to them, I'm going to show you a different point of view. So you'll be able to look at yourself outside yourself. See, the problem with life, most of us don't have, we have the ability, but we actually don't exercise our God-given talent, the ability to look at ourselves outside of ourselves. Some of us never even thought about looking at oneself outside of oneself. You're just looking from your point of view. But no. There's several dimensions. You got to not only look from where you sit, but look at where the other man or the other woman sit, how they're viewing what you're saying and the stuff that's coming out of your mouth. Now, let me give you a point of view, okay? The other day, I had some people that came into my office, Spanish guy and a black guy. Not going to call their names. They're out there listening to the show anyway. They had a fantastic idea. And they had sent me a proposal about 2 or 3 weeks in advance. And they had been working for a company similar to this PRC, you know, when you like a call center. A call center. Ladies and gentlemen, the call center is, you know, sometimes you may go through Taco Bell or Pizza Hut or whatever, or Kentucky Fried Chicken, and they'll say call this 1-800 number if you got any problems or the food wasn't good or whatever, if you want to complain or they didn't treat you right, and you call that number, you think you're calling the corporate office here. You may be, when you call that 1-800 number, you may be calling India. That's what you call outsourcing. You may be calling India. That's a call center. Then what they do is they answer all the complaints from these different businesses. So you may be calling somebody saying, hey, my chicken was burned, it wasn't good, a lady was rude or whatever, and they take that down, they take that data down from that call center, like people sitting in little cubicles, they take it down and they forward the information to the corporation. Now these people here have been working for 5 or 6 years in that environment. So they knew the business. They had some experience. But they came to me and they said, Robert, we want to start our own business, our own call center. This business is booming. And I said, I know, because, you know, a lot of businesses need that kind of feedback. So it's room for growth. And I know it is a growth business. So I said, okay, come on in.
And that's admirable, Robert. They worked there, they saw the cash flow, and they actually got up and said, we want to do it on our own.
Yeah, because that's the reason why I even entertain it, because for most people that want to go into a business, they just come up with an idea.
Right.
Person who's never been
right.
into the grocery business all of a sudden get an idea one morning and say, I want to open up a grocery store.
Absolutely. So that was the first things first, to work in the environment.
To work in the environment.
That they
some people say,
that test.
Yeah, some people say, I want to own a dry cleaners, a laundromat. Never washed clothes in their life. Don't even know how to turn on a washing machine.
Don't know the terminology or anything.
Don't know the profit margin. Is this profitable or what?
Right.
Grocery store. I want to have a gas station. Don't y'all know? Let me tell you something. In a gas station, like I said last week, the profit is in the little things. Like the cigarettes, the beer, the wine, that candy. They make a lot of money off that candy. That's why they have it right there when you get ready to check out. The candy, because they figure you're going to have your little Ronnie, your little Sandra, your little Ricky right next to you, and they want a Juicy Fruity bubble gum or some peppermint or whatever. All that stuff, even from Winn-Dixie, Publix, they all have that stuff right there at the checkout counter. That's impulse spending. They make a lot of money off that. They make more money off that than a lot of the other items. But you got to know the profit margin of any business before you attempt to go into it. You have to do your research. You have to know what I mean by profit margin. What I mean by profit margin is if it costs you $1 to get a good, an item, a product, and you're going to resell that item for $1.50. So I mean for every dollar you spend, you're going to make 50 cents. So your markup is 50%. So you know you're getting 50% on the dollar. But if you're going to spend $1 for every item and you're only going to make 10 cents per item, you sure better be moving a whole lot of items.
Yeah.
If something costs you $1 and you're going to get $1.10, you better be moving a whole lot of that product because you're going to have to work off volume. Because if you sell 10 of anything for $1.10 and it costs you $1 each, you only made $1. So you got to have a lot of volume. So that's why the average gas station, they're not making a whole lot of money selling gas. The gas is to lure you in because you got to put gas in your car to lure you in. So you can go in there and get some water, some Gatorade or some chips or whatever.
And some gas stations in the hood have scarves and CDs and
chicken and
hair,
hot dogs. They make a lot of money off that hot dog.
Yeah, man.
You know?
Yeah.
So that's why that's why back in the day, you didn't see all that, but now that's what they're doing. They got to pull you in. So the profit margin, you got to know. So basically, you got to know the profit margin of any business you want to get in. First thing you want to know, what's the profit margin?
Which means you have to at least maybe work in the industry.
Some research.
Do some research. Okay. So these gentlemen work there.
Simple addition, subtraction. You don't need no college degrees for that. Simple math. If something costs you $1, if it costs you $1, how much you gonna be able to sell it for? $2, $5, $10? Or if it costs you $1 out of your pocket, you're gonna be able to resell it for $1.10, $1.25. Is it worth it to make that 10 cents? Are you better off working for the county?
Right.
Or the city?
And have no aggravation,
and no
insurance,
headaches.
no employees,
right.
no headaches.
So that's what you have to really look at. Now let me get to this story. So therefore, they came into my office and they had a good idea about this outsourcing business. So the first thing I asked them, I said, well, okay, what do you need? And they said, Robert, we need $1 million. I said, what you need $1 million for? They said, we need $1 million to get our business going, get started, and hey, I said, well, you asking for $1 million. First of all, what kind of financing are you asking for? You want debt financing or equity financing? And both of them, the Latino and the brother, looked at each other. They didn't know what I was talking about. They didn't know what I meant when I said, do you want out of $1 million, how you want it? How you want the $1 million? You want equity finance or debt finance? Ladies and gentlemen, you got to know this.
Did they think they would walk in and you would write a check and get cash or just transfer?
No. They were just thinking
you gonna get $1 million.
That's right. They was focused. They had tunnel vision. What they came in there for, they want some money. And if I want to give it to them, maybe I was gonna get it from my clients or the people who I work with and associate with. You follow me?
Okay.
Now I'm letting you all know from where I sit, ladies and gentlemen. The position and the viewpoint that I have is not just me alone. It's the whole financial business world. They teach you how to look like this and look to see in Business 101. So I want you all to see what I saw so you'll understand. Because I don't want y'all to look ridiculous when you want to go into business. I want you to go in there and negotiating from a position of power where you understand both sides of the table. So some people just only understand what they want to understand. But you got to consider the other man across you, what he must be thinking and how you looking. Now let's finish this story here. So they needed $1 million. So first thing I said, how do you want it? You want this money, you want to go through debt finance or equity finance. Let me tell you what it really means. Debt financing means that if I provide them with $1 million, then they are in debt, meaning that they're indebted to me, meaning that they have to pay me back. When you say debt financing, that means you got to pay Robert back. And the next question is, how are you going to pay me back? Now, you can't say that you want to go into this business, we're going to pay you back because we just figure we're going to pay you back. The first thing I'm going to say is, because this is what I'm thinking. Anytime somebody asks me for some money, the first thing I'm thinking is, what if you drop dead? How am I going to get my money? Now, that seems simple, doesn't it? It is simple.
Yeah.
I mean, you telling me how.
It's a reasonable question.
Right. And a lot of people say, man, I never thought about that. I just want $1 million. I never thought about if I drop dead, how you can get your money. I wasn't thinking about dying, man. What you thinking about dying for, Robert? I just want your $1 million so I can tell you how great this business is going to be, how we going to make a lot of money. What you talking about dying for, Robert? I said, because I got to talk about dying. I got to talk about the worst scenario. And then I say, if you don't die, what if you get on crack? And they laugh. I said, how you going to pay me back? See, debt financing, meaning that if I give them $1 million, I got to feel safe and secure that they have the ability to pay me my money back. All this business stuff that they going to do, all that is a if, hope, woulda, coulda, shoulda. Those are dreams. That's what I'm thinking now. They got good intentions.
Right.
But how are they going to get my money back?
Exactly.
Because I don't want to look when I done gave them $1 million and look later on. So as soon as you give them $1 million, next thing you know, they done went out and got their Lexus and then the Mercedes Benz and caught their bills up, their personal bills up, because they've been working at this thing so long. And now they didn't get part of that $1 million because they got to eat.
Well, they thought, as they should, that this will not fail. It's a sure thing. We're going to put our heart, our soul, our time into it, and we're going to do it. So they came in there with that attitude like you're supposed to.
Yeah, okay, let's walk this through now. Let me tell you what I'm thinking, okay? And I educated them, and they thanked me when they left, okay? Now, this is what I'm thinking. So now they want $1 million. First of all, they don't know the difference between debt equity and debt financing, equity financing. Debt financing means that they got to have some collateral. In other words, in order for me to give them $1 million, and I say, what if you get on crack? Anybody can get on crack. That's all it is, a thought. Lose your head one day, some pretty girl or some pretty man, whatever. Lose yourself, whatever. I don't know. We got feelings, and most of us work up our feelings. Anything can happen.
So you trained to think of never say never. Think of the worst that can happen. That's how you approached it.
I gotta think of that first.
Okay.
So and the banks think of that too now, because everybody can paint a pretty picture. Right. Everybody can paint a beautiful picture.
Because they were hype.
It was hype.
They were hype.
Had the suit and ties on, everything, right? I'm sitting there with a little golf shirt on, right? Hey, so then, don't play golf, but I had. So I'm sitting there. So I said, how you going to pay me back? See, when you said debt financing, meaning that they don't want to give me a piece of the company. They want to use me.
I owe you.
They want to owe me.
Right.
They want to come in there and get $1 million from me because they got a good idea. Their idea. They ain't thought about me.
Well, why you say they want to use you? That's a harsh term.
Because they didn't want to give me a piece of the business. They didn't want me to be their partner. They didn't want to say, Robert, come join us. Look what we got. They didn't want to say, Robert. That's called equity finance. Okay, let me back up. Let me go on. You leave me too fast, Lynda. Okay. So this debt financing. Anytime you want to go to a bank or anytime you want to borrow some money from somebody and you want them to stay out of your business, only thing you need them for is just give you the money and shut up. They're not just going to give you the money and shut up. They got to figure out how they going to get their money back. Now, debt financing, you got to show your ability to pay the money back. And I'm not talking about piecemeal, paying me, $1,000 a month.
My ability is I've worked in the industry. I know what I'm doing. I've given you a business plan. I broke it down, a 5-year projection. So is that not enough when you say ability on how I'm going to pay you back?
No. I mean, what 5-year projection? Because you done went and got your little business plan and wrote it down and put something on paper. That ain't nothing but a dream. I can't take that to Publix or Winn-Dixie.
So
I can't go buy no orange juice with that business plan.
You can't finance my dream. You're not in the dream financing business.
Come on, man. We've talking real here. We talking real here, ladies and gentlemen. All them little courses you take talking about a business plan. When you come talking to these bankers, we know about them courses and that little business plan, and it look good and the projections and all that. What if a hurricane come? Where you gonna be? What? What if your wife decides to divorce you? What you gonna say? All these excuses, but my $1 million gone. So let's get to how you gonna pay me back.
So you saying to me they actually wanted you to finance a dream, an
me?
IOU?
Well, no. You know, they had a dream and they had an idea and they had a business plan and they had a whole business plan about the size of a telephone book.
Right.
All pretty laid out.
It was pretty now. It was in color.
It was in color. It was pretty.
Right.
I ain't even open it up. I promise you.
You just start asking these questions.
Yeah. Because all that window dressing, pretty binder, charts and graphs and all that.
Pie chart, color pie chart.
Yeah, all that zoot suit. That's just like a pimp, man, all dressed up sharp with the matching shoes and the matching hat and all that. But he's a fool. No, man, he trying to take you. No, all that. No. I can see. When you can see, you don't need no eyes. Don't show me all the glitz and glam, all that. What's really happening here? See, when you're dealing with somebody money, especially somebody who ain't getting no quick, fast money, like no illegal money, no drug money.
Work hard for money.
Right. See, when you're dealing with people like that, especially bankers and financial advisors and venture capitalists, we looking at you like, whoa, we looking at you like a wolf in sheep clothing. Now, we hoping that you're not.
Right.
And we're going to work through this. And ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to tell you what we're looking at so you will be on the same page so you know how to look at yourself outside yourself.
So they had to come in there and prove to you that they were not the wolf? They actually had you looking at them when they walk in.
They look like sheep.
Prove me wrong.
Yeah, right.
Prove me wrong.
I want them to prove me wrong.
Because you want them to.
Right.
Okay. Because you're looking for a good business venture.
Right.
But they come in there with guilty.
They got to
until
pass the
proven
test.
innocent.
They got to pass the test. They got to pass the test.
All right.
Ain't nothing free. They got to pass the test. They got to let me know I'm here with you, brother.
Okay.
I ain't coming in here with a hand out. I'm not coming to try to use you. I'm not trying to sell you a bill of goods. I got a good idea, brother.
And so far, the credentials not cutting it.
And I need some help. I got a good idea, brother.
Okay.
And tell me from your experience what you think. And hey, I got a good idea. And let's do this thing.
Okay.
I need your help. You follow me?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So let's talk about this debt financing. So first thing I ask is, okay, here's your business plan. Here's your projection. How you gonna make all this money? Okay, we know that. Because you wouldn't be coming in here saying how you gonna lose all this money. So we already know you coming in here saying how you gonna make all this money.
A lot of money.
Okay, so now how you gonna get this $1 million from me? Before you get that, you gotta pass this test. So the first thing I say is, okay, I look at the one guy, Julio. I say, Julio, how you gonna pay me back? He said, we're gonna pay you back when we start making money. I said, first of all, that ain't good enough. Because I can take my $1 million and put in Apple. I said, do you know if you were to put $120,000 in Apple in April of 2003, today, your $120,000 without even selling or working or doing anything with Apple, do you know it'll be worth $2.5 million? That's only 4 years, $120,000.
Without getting up, clocking in, running a business.
Now, that wasn't no guarantee.
Right.
But Apple has a track record.
Okay.
I know that they know what they know.
Right.
You follow me? Now, even if I gave $1 million to a bank and bought a CD, at least I know the bank good for it. When I want my money, they're gonna take somebody else's money and give me my money.
Right.
You follow me?
Right.
They good for it.
Track record.
Right. So I said, Julio, you and Johnson over there, do you have $1 million in your bank account? Now, if you have $1 million in your bank account, then I'm going to give you the $1 million. Reason why? Because I don't really care if you go get on crack. I don't really care if the business don't pan out, because I know that you pledged your personal assets. You can cover this, so you're not coming in here just to use me. See, bankers lending money, they teach you. They teach us. You want to lend money to people who really don't have a problem and have the ability to pay you back. That's why the rich get richer. That's why banks lend money to people who really don't need the money. They just don't want to use their money. They want to use other people's money, and they don't mind paying some interest. So therefore, if Julio has $1 million, or even $1 million home, give me some collateral.
Okay.
Julio, give me some collateral. Johnson, give me some collateral. What do you have? But then when I look at their financial statement, they ain't got $10,000 saved nowhere. I said, why you don't have no money saved nowhere? They say because we've been putting it in the business. That's a foolish move. You got to first take care of thyself. You got to.
10,000 in assets they didn't have between them?
No. And then let me tell you the other sad case.
Okay.
Even if they don't have $10,000 or any money saved, tell me this business got at least $1 million worth of equipment, machinery,
Right.
a building, something that they can pledge.
Something tangible.
Something as collateral. So when
Right.
I give them $1 million, if they go crazy, at least when I take them to court, they can liquidate that stuff and I can get my money. But guess what? They didn't have $1 million and nothing. They didn't have a building. Matter of fact, they said they wanted the $1 million to go buy a building.
Wow.
Put part of the money on buying a building. And then they wanted the other part of the money to go buy machinery and hiring and advertising and marketing. So if they take the $1 million and do all that, but then he was trying to tell me that they had contracts. I said, hold on, okay, now you're talking. You got contracts, you got other businesses that have signed a contract that's going to give you X amount of money if you are able to perform. You have that? He says, no, but we going to get them. Well, how you have a contract and you gon' get it? As soon as you get the building, as soon as you get everything. That's another finna, winner, almost winner, shoulda, woulda. No. Because if I give you my $1 million, then whatever you want to do is whatever you want to do. Because when you do debt financing, you have to show your ability to pay it back. I said, listen, Julio, ain't nobody with some good sense gonna give you $1 million. I said, y'all got to revise this. I said, let me tell you what, that's debt financing, having collateral, letting people know that they have some security. How they going to get their money back? That's called debt financing. You either got to have some equipment or something that's equivalent to the money that you're going to borrow. Otherwise, you're trying to use the people. That's how the people looking. The other way is what we call equity finance. Now, I say, Julio, you're better off doing equity. He said, what's equity financing? I said, equity financing, well, you don't need no collateral, meaning that you're going to approach somebody like me, and I like your idea so much until I want to get in bed with you. In other words, I want a piece of the action. I want some ownership. So if I give you $1 million, Julio, I want to sit on the same side of the table as you are. I'm with y'all. I like this idea of a call center. So you want to be part owner? I want to be part owner. So Julio, if I give you this $1 million, how much you gonna let me buy into your company and be part owner? Because maybe y'all have the talent, y'all have the management.
You own the company. You giving them the whole $1 million.
Excuse me?
Don't you? Now you should. What do you mean? How much are they gonna let you?
But let me
buy
tell you what Julio, response was.
Okay.
Julio need $1 million to get to the next level. Him and Johnson, right?
Okay.
Okay. So then I said, okay, let's talk about equity finance. Equity means that ownership, shares, stock, ownership. So if I give you $1 million, I'm buying into the company. Put my name as part owner because I'm giving you. I said, how much if I give you $1 million? How much is I'm going to share with you all? How much am I going to be owner? He says, well, we'll give up 10%. 10%?
10%?
He says, yeah. I said, Julio.
If I give the money?
Yeah. Julio, if I give you, let's see Julio, have you thought this through? He said, yeah, we'll give you 10%. I said, Julio, let's do the math. Then here again, you don't need no college degrees, Julio. I said, let's do the math. If I give you 10%, if I give you $1 million, you say $1 million is equivalent to 10% ownership of 100% of a company. So therefore, $1 million, you must be valued a company at $10 million because 10% of $10 million is $1 million. So Julio, you saying right now, if I give you $1 million, the only reason why I can only get 10% of the company because you saying the company is valued at $10 million? Julio said yes. I say, Julio, show me what makes the company worth $10 million. Don't just say because you just thought about it. I said, heck, why you ain't say $100 million? Oh, my goodness. Ladies and gentlemen, I hope I ain't blowing y'all away. I hope y'all learning something. We in class today. This is Robert Henderson Jr., Certified Financial Planner. That music is on. Y'all know we got to take a break. But I need to get some feedback. Do anybody hear me today or need to change the subject? Call me at 1-877-825-1080. 1-877-825-1080. Let me know, do you hear me? Do you understand? Or am I talking over your head? I got to get this to you. We'll be right back. Keep it locked.
News, talk, weather, and traffic on News Talk 1080 AM WTPS, the People Station. The Two Live Stews, weekdays 7 till 10 p.m.
Kobe still got like 7-8 more years, man.
Yeah, he's like the peak of his career.
Yeah.
He got to have help, man, for real. And, the West is getting better and better because you're seeing the Blazers are getting better, Golden State, Dallas.
Portland getting better. They're going to have Greg Oden.
Exactly.
Rookie of the year last year, and Brandon Roy. Hey, you know what, man? And that makes perfect sense for him to come out east, bottom line.
News Talk 1080 AM WTPS, the People Station.
The CBG of Miami-Dade and Vicinity, Inc., a chapter of the National Collective Banking Group, Inc., advocates the Black church as the most effective vehicle to bring about economic empowerment, wealth building, and a community of educated consumers. Through our Home Ownership and Financial Services Institute program, the CBG provides the parishioners of member churches expert counseling and financial assistance when buying their first home. Together, we educate and help provide our members to achieve overall community empowerment.
She gets so weak in the knees.
I've tried to work out with Eddie before, but that doesn't work out for us.
But it's a good thing he's there to hold her up.
She has no idea what's in store for her today. She's going to be extremely sore when today's over with.
Taj and Eddie George put the real in reality TV.
Help me, Lord.
I'm Married a Baller at 10 and 10:30 p.m. Eastern, 7 and 7:30 p.m. Pacific, only on TV1. Available on Comcast Cable and DirecTV Channel 241.
News Talk 1080 WTPS, the People Station, wants to know what's happening in your community. If you have a community event or public service announcement, you can mail it to us at News Talk 1080 WTPS. Attention Community Affairs, Sandra Bell, 2828 West Flagler Street, Miami, Florida 33135. You can fax to attention WTPS Community Affairs, 305-677-7565. That's 305-677-7565. Or you can log on to www.wtps1080am.com. That's www.wtps1080am.com and click on the Contact Us link and send us your community event announcement. We're South Florida's Community Connection. News Talk 1080, the People Station.
It's the Robert Henderson Jr. Show, featuring Robert Henderson Jr., Certified Financial Planner and President of the Henderson Financial Group. Understanding money. It's all about the money.
Yes, it's all about the money. Robert Henderson Jr., yours truly. Lynda Harris, business partner here.
Man, Robert, so wait, when we left off now, you blew me away. Basically, from their calculations, wanting to give you 10% ownership, if you give up $1 million, they actually projected their company is now worth $10 million.
Right. That's why in order for me to, if I give $1 million, I'm only giving 10%, right. So therefore I'm going to have 10%.
Because I was thinking you would get 90%.
No. He just came up with
that's all the money. You're giving up all the money.
Right. So I said, listen, that's not how you do it. I said, them white folks gonna laugh you right out of the door.
Oh,
Nobody's gonna give you any money but a fool. I said, you first of all, you're a startup. You don't have. I can see if you had a building that's worth several million, and you have trucks and you have machinery that we can sell and salvage and get, the $10 million. But you can't even show me how your business is valued at $10 million. So therefore, 10% is just too low. So he says, okay, how much should I give? See, let me explain something to you all. Whether you want to open up a beauty salon or you want to open up a nail shop, anytime you asking someone for money, you got to, like I said, you got to put yourself in their position. They want to know how you're going to pay them back. You can't tell them you're going to pay them back with hopes and dreams, especially when you're doing debt financing. Now, if you have somebody who wants to get in bed and take the risk with you, then you got to be able to offer them something, entice them. Not just no 10%. See, because as soon as he said, if I give him $1 million, he wants to give me 10%, I looked at him as a wolf in sheep clothing. That means he was trying to take my money. He was trying to use me. He didn't really care about me. And it made me feel bad. He think I'm a sucker. And see, that's what banks do. Banks and venture capitalists. See, people, actually, we want you to come up with a great idea so we could make money right along with you. We want to be your partner. But don't come in there thinking that you're going to actually use and abuse us and you slicker than us and you're going to out-slick us and take the money and run. And next thing we know, you all dressed up with new cars and new everything. And then you tell them, oops, I lost your money. Hey, that's it.
Right, not returning my call. I can't find you. At first you were blowing my phone up and now I can't find you.
Right.
After you get my $1 million.
Right. So then the next thing I asked him, I said, okay, what about your board of directors? Since you all want to start this company, who is going to be managing? Because the management is everything. Let's take, let me take this caller here.
Okay.
Who is this? Johnston from Fort Lauderdale. Let me take them. Do you hear me? Do you hear us? Very good.
Anyway, I'm all ears this morning. Man. I mean, yeah, this is heavy stuff, man, because like my cousin there, I also have a business, an idea, and you know, I was thinking about how to go about getting the financing. So what you're talking about here this morning, yeah, it's very interesting stuff.
Good.
And I'll be listening to. I hope I don't miss anything this morning. All right, appreciate it.
Appreciate you for calling.
Take care.
Brother. Thanks
Bye-bye.
a lot. All right. William, are you there? William, let's take William
I'm
from
here.
Miami. How you doing, William?
Fine, how are you?
Good. Question or comment, William?
Well, questions, I think.
All right.
Is there any legitimacy in getting government grants? I don't believe what I see on television.
What do you mean? All them
government grants, they say you can come in, you can get your government grant, or might try to...
Yeah, you can get government grants. Yeah, you can get government grants. Depends on... you know, what business you're going into. Yeah.
Well, I tell you, here's my affair. I am, in spite of anything negative that might be floating out there, I'm going to open a dollar store. Not just one, but I'm starting with one. And I don't mind getting investors. What I need is to get information. Can you send it, sir, or do I have to come into the office? I need information as to how to go about getting investors. I need to know how to break down the, what do you call it, the stock things. I don't know too much about that.
Yeah,
I don't know enough about it, period.
Ownership. Listen, you ownership. You got to just have common sense. You got to have good moral values. You got to be a good person, a fair person. That's all you have to start with. You got to have the foundation of that. Now, in terms of the dollar store, I know those people. As a matter of fact, I know the developer who develop all of them around here, okay? Mm-hmm. I personally know them. But when you're talking about getting into a dollar store and you say you want to own several, that's a good dream. That's a good, good vision to have. But you also got to bring something to the table. You just can't say, I want. First thing that we're going to do, we're going to look at how much do you love yourself? What have you done for yourself? You follow me? Now, if you're saying that you want to start a dollar store, but you won't have $1,000 saved, then that means how are you going to get a lender's money to go ahead and start a business?
Right. Well, can't you pull in some investors if the idea is good enough? Well, everybody knows about dollar
store. Yeah, but the investor, the same thing. I don't see investor. Let me tell you something. An investor who invests their money, they want to partner up with people of like minds.
Of like mind, yeah.
Yeah.
I agree.
You follow me? You can't be. Nobody wants to get used. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, nobody wants. And you filing bankrupt and people calling you and you answering the phone. I ain't here.
Listen.
They want their money. Hey man, you pay me. Hey, Mr. Johnson. We looking for Mr. Johnson. No, he ain't here. I ain't here.
So listen. Yeah. I grit my teeth and I get my store open and I start getting stuff from people who sell dollar stuff material to people like me. I checked and got a couple of guys. I got one big guy who's got a $300,000 dollar store he wants to sell, by the way. But he distributes dollar store information to others.
Now, why does he want to sell it? Because it's making so much money?
He's got a store, but he has a warehouse on the side where he distributes to other people.
But listen, what I'm saying, you just said he got a $300,000.
Mm-hmm. He told me he wants to sell it.
Now, why do you think he want to sell it? Because it's making so much money, he just can't stand it?
He might not be making the money.
Right. So what do you think? He want to sell it because he ain't making no money. I've never seen nobody want to sell something that's just, you don't want to sell no goose that's laid golden eggs. I don't care. They talking about they retiring and all that.
I agree with you on that, sir. But maybe he wants to get out of the business. I don't know what his reason was. If he just threw that in when I was
Tell me he dying, then I believe him. Tell me he
yeah.
All right, I got to go, bro. Got to go.
All
Keep
right,
listening,
but
all right?
how can I get that information on investors?
You need to do a lot of research.
Right.
There is so much information. Don't listen to even if you came in our office, don't listen to what we tell you. Do your own research. You can go online. You can go to the. Oh no. I mean,
okay,
in addition to that. Okay?
All right.
Okay, thanks.
All right, just
Bye.
keep listening. We're going to cover that. All right, let's get Frank from Kendall. All right,
How you
Frank.
doing?
Good. How you there, bro?
Pretty good. How you doing, Miss Harris?
Good, thank you.
Good. I've been noticing the way the market's going, so my question is, to me, it seems like the American dollar is losing money for its exchange. And I'll hang up where as far as, because I'm noticing that the bond market is reaching a new high, so that's, to some degree, that's kind of giving me an indication of maybe a little bit of inflation. Could you tell me where that's going and what might happen to the bond market if things continue the way it is? And I'll hang up and I'll listen to your answer. Great program. Thank you.
Oh, thank you for calling, too. Those of you all in terms of the bond markets, basically bonds, the bond market goes, they work opposite of the stock and the equities market. And it's like when it's raining, there's no sun, and then when it's sunning, sun is no rain. And then sometimes we used to say when we was kids, when it's raining and the sun, the devil's beating up his wife. We used to say that,
Mm-hmm.
But usually when what he's talking about, where is the bond market, and what he's saying in terms of it seems like inflation is heating up. And we know a few months ago we talked about what inflation is. And inflation is when things and stuff, the prices are rising faster than you or I could pay for. In other words, if I'm giving you a visual on that. Let's say last year your baby milk cost $2 a can. I have no idea how much it costs, but $2 a can from the baby milk, all right? And then this year it costs $2.50. But you're on fixed income and your money is set for, $2. You got just enough money to pay $2 every month, every week for your baby milk. Then next year you still have your same $2, but the milk price rise and you still getting $2. Now it costs $2.50. So it's costing you your money not keeping tabs with the cost of the milk. So the bond market, matter of fact, what's happening is the bond market, as stocks go up, let me tell you something. Bonds lose their value. They lose their value also when interest rates go up. Because if you got a fixed bond, let me give you a visual on that. If you invested in a bond, and a bond is nothing but an IOU, similar to like, let's say a CD in terms of fixed. If you put $1,000 in a CD, or if you put $1,000 in a bond, and the lending institution is paying you 5% interest for the year, okay? Now, let's say interest rates, the next year, the going rate is 6%. If you want to sell your last year bond and get your $1,000 principal back, it only pays the investor 5%. The new bonds for $1,000 paying investors this year 6%. So why would somebody want to actually go and buy your old bond that's only paying 5% when they can get a new bond that's paying 6%? You follow me? So that's how the bond rates change and so on. So let's get some of these other calls. I really want to finish my story about the business part, but let me get some of these calls here. Are you there, David?
Yes.
Got a question or comment?
Yes, both.
Okay.
I worked for two large companies previously, and decided to strike out on my own. And for the first 2 years, I operated as a sole proprietor. Took a major tax hit. This year, I incorporated, and now I want to do some financial planning, and I would like to get some insight on what should I do now.
Okay. Well, we probably can't do it right this hour and this time. It's the best thing you can do is call our office, and we can set up an appointment, or we can just do a conference call. Okay. But Lynda and I. Okay, but we're going to be out all week. We're gonna be out of the office. We're going to be out of the country. Actually, we're going to be in Hawaii. But take this number down here, okay? 305-825-1444. Let me repeat it. The area code is 305. The number is 825-1444. Okay?
All right, thanks a lot, Mr. Henderson. I'll give you a call.
You got it, okay. And when we come back, we're going to pick up and talk to Wiley Amos. I told you we were going to talk to him. But before we go to him, I want to finish my story with the two guys that came on.
because I want to hear how that came out.
Yeah, okay. All right, well, we got to take a break.
All right.
Music on. We'll be right back hold your calls a second, okay? And until we get back. All right. Talk to you later.
It's all about the money.
It's all about the money. There is nothing funny. Business, politics, love, marriage, religion, education is all about the money. War, Iraq, all about the money. Oil prices, all about the money. We can go on and on and on and on. I'm not telling you the way it ought to be. I'm telling you the way it is. It's all about the money. Now, before we go to famous Wally Amos, we have him on the line holding. I got to finish this story with Julio and Mr. Johnson.
Right.
Okay? Now, they wanted to go into this business, as we were saying earlier, and they needed $1 million. And they're only looking from their point of view. They're not looking at how I'm looking at them. See, I'm looking at them as takers. First of all, they have no way of paying me back, but they want $1 million. Secondly, they want to get the $1 million. They offered to get the $1 million. Once I explained to them between debt, equity, and finance, debt finance and equity finance, then they said, okay, we'll give you a piece of the company. Because if you're going to get $1 million, I got to figure out how I'm going to get it back. Now, if I'm going to give you $1 million, but I like your idea so much, I want to share in the profit. That's you got to come up with something to lure me. You got to give me something. You can't say you're going to give me 10%. What's 10% of nothing if it just crashes and burns and you got my $1 million? Because when I say, okay, I'm going to give you $1 million and I want shares in the company, that means I can't sue you. That means I can't go to the courts and say, he took my money, because that means that if I'm giving you $1 million and I'm on the equity side, I'm deciding to take the risk right along with you. If the business fail and fall, I fall with it. Now, if I'm going to do that, if I'm going to actually get in bed with you and give you my $1 million and I have no legal recourse like an IOU, it's not debt, you're not pledging your house, your car, and your assets. If you're saying you don't want to put up nothing as collateral, nothing for collateral, okay, then that means we're going equity financing. But if equity financing, you better be sure of what you're doing. Because if I give you my $1 million, I'm going to play a role. I'm not going to let you take the steering wheel of the car and I go to sleep and I don't know if you can drive or not. You think I'm going to give you $1 million and just let you run the business and you talking about, hey, just stay tuned? No. First of all, if anytime a bank or a venture capitalist, if anybody give you money, they want to know who is running the ship. Who's the management team? Do you have a board of directors? So I asked them, I said, who is your management? They looked at each other and said, us, and one more other guy. And I said, well, you're competing against a lot of other businesses. I said, do you have a figurehead? Sometimes when you want to start a business, it's not good. It may not be good for you to be up front. You might want to be in the background. You may want to go get a figurehead. What I mean by a high profile individual who the banks like, somebody who has a proven track record. For example, the Miami Heat, when they want to seriously get started, get business and done, they want to try to win a championship, they went and got Pat Riley. Pat Riley, in terms of management, has credential. You can look at him when he was at the New York Knicks, he was with the Lakers, his track record speaks. So therefore, people feel good about, oh my goodness, we got Pat Riley. Same thing when you get ready to do a business. And you saying, okay, the bankers want to know who is the coach, who is the management, who's running the team. You can't say you want $1 million and you the coach and you ain't never coached no team. You can't say you want the money, you want $1 million and you gonna run this ship because you got an idea. No, it don't work like that. See, you got to understand from different points of view, not just from your point of view. So what, you want to start an ice cream business because you got an idea? Because first of all, most people want to go into business not because they love the business. They want to go into business because they want to be independently wealthy. They don't want to have a boss. They want to do what they want to do. And they're sick and tired of working for the man. That's what most people do, go into business for. But I tell you, most of them fail. Because when you go into business, let me tell y'all something. Don't even attempt to go into business. Don't even think about it. if you're not planning on working harder than you ever worked before, and as a matter of fact, if you're in a business and you're not working harder than you ever worked before, if you're not working harder than when you was working for the man, you ain't doing nothing. If you're in a business and it feels good and you're not working harder than you work for the county or the city, you ain't going nowhere.
You ain't making no money.
You ain't making no stride. You ain't making no money. Because it's got to hurt so bad. Because you got to be grinding.
You got to be grinding.
That right there is a test. So before you say you want to go ahead and get you a burger joint or a restaurant, God, remember a restaurant. Oh, my
God.
A restaurant. Got to deal with them employees. Lulu ain't show up. The cook ain't show up.
You can't be going out of town on the weekend.
Right.
You can't be late night. You got to open up.
The fryer not working. The electricity, all kind of stuff.
Ray ain't show up for work today. You got to cook.
The
you gotta
food
run
ain't
the
come in.
register.
Oh, man.
Right.
You know, they ran out of change.
I know you can cook, and I know your whole family rave about your curry chicken.
Right.
But don't try to think you want to go in the restaurant business and not work harder than you ever have in your life.
My goodness. You go in a restaurant, you better make sure you know how to sweep. You can greet the people with a smile.
Right.
When you got to throw your ego and pride out. Well, as soon as you're talking about business, you got to get rid of three things. The first two, you got to get rid of ego. The second one, you got to get rid of Mr. Pride.
Yeah.
You got to get,
yeah.
And you certainly got to get rid of Mr. Selfishness. You got to get rid of all that.
You need your family to sign on, too.
So you born again. Hey, you're born again. You're a new thought, a new person when you do that.
Make sure your spouse sign off on the memo.
Yeah.
Don't have the wife saying she don't want to do it and the husband do it, and why you coming home late and she making your home life miserable, so that's why you can't make the business and where you at, and so-and-so want to go to the beach. Don't make sure the family signs off on this idea.
Aylin, you know how many people who are in business successful have been divorced?
Yes. They didn't get the spouse to sign off.
Done. The first woman they got, she said, man, sit down, go get a real job. What you trying to do? You got to, I mean, you know,
yeah.
Do you know, if you look at you take statistics,
like-minded,
a whole lot of people who's successful in business, they done been married before.
I think 100% has been married before. They're on their second or third
That first
marriage.
husband, that first wife said, you go sit. We need some money. What you talking about? You got a dream. Forget you and your dream. So you need somebody to believe in your dream. You need somebody there pushing with you if you're going to have a mate. You follow me?
Yeah.
Now, I'm not trying to discourage you. I need to let you all know having a business and being independent. First of all, I don't really like that word independent. That's just a false fallacy. Independent is the worst thing I could think of. People want to be independently wealthy. Independent. You know, independent is just so awful. It means one, just you alone. And when it's you alone, you better bet it's you against the world. I don't want to be by myself. I don't want to be independently wealthy. I want you to be wealthy, too. I want to be interdependent. See, when you interdependent, you have like minds. I can't just be wealthy by myself and Lynda sitting over there not wealthy. How it ain't going to be long before she start coming over the fences trying to get at me and backstab me and trying to catch me. I got to make sure Lynda got hers, too. When I go to Hawaii, I can't just say I'm going. I say, Lynda, come on, go, too.
Right. I can't be happy for you all the time.
Nah, Lynda always tell me that. She's like, Rob, boy, where you living? A lot of people ain't happy for you, Rob.
Yeah,
I'm like,
it's hard. It's hard to be happy for somebody that's doing
But see, that's bad.
well.
That's bad.
I mean, it's real. I ain't telling you how it should be.
I know. Rob, like, she always said, Rob, it's hard to like it. I mean, you know, people look at how you live, what they ain't like it. That's why I'm trying to educate you. I'm telling you the truth. I'm telling you the truth. You have to be able to look at yourself outside yourself. Business is good. It teaches you a lot. It really goes to the heart of who you are. You have to dig deep. If you really want to be all you could be, it ain't no joke. You cannot fool the universe. Ain't nobody tricking and being successful. It's the real McCoy. You can't fool the universe because things and stuff come up. This is real stuff. You can't play and fake your way to the top. The universe will find you out. Things and stuff will happen. Are y'all feeling me? Those of you all, I know you want to go into business.
It sounds glamorous. You put on your suit. You tell the ladies, you know, I own my own business.
And it's good.
And it's good. You got the Lexus. But, boy.
But do some research.
Are you making any money?
Do some research. Do some research. And I want to tell you another thing. There's nothing wrong with going into business and failing because that's how we learn.
Yeah.
we really don't learn from things we already know. Because if we did that, we wouldn't be learning nothing. Everybody that learned and have learned from a mistake that they made. People look at me and say, Robert, you so good. You know how to do all that. Let me tell you something. If I take off my shirt, you'll see all these lashes. I done made that mistake. Y'all think I got this far for just being, ain't nobody perfect but the one. That mean you show me somebody who's financially successful. I show you somebody who done made a whole lot of mistakes.
That's why bankruptcies, failed marriages.
No
bankruptcies now. I mean, but even the best, Donald Trump.
Yeah, no bankruptcy. I ain't do that. No bankruptcy. If I did do bankruptcy, it won't be personally bankrupt. The company be bankrupt.
Right.
That's how Donald Trump and them do it. They don't personally bankrupt. They corporate bankrupt.
That's why him and Rosie got in that fight. You right.
Yeah. But anyway.
Not personal.
Okay. I hope y'all learning something. I'm gonna have to continue this. But right now, we got to go to Wally Amos.
Oh man.
Yeah.
Famous Amos.
Because we going to hook up with him in Hawaii. We're gonna go visit his store and everything. And Wally has a fantastic story. So we're going to wrap him. We ain't getting ready to talk about what he think. We talking about what he know. Let's go right to him. Mr. Wally Amos, are you there?
I'm fine, Rob. How you doing, man?
Good. Good morning, my brother.
Good morning. Good morning.
So glad that you could be with us.
Oh, thank you for inviting me. I appreciate it. I'm just enjoying listening to you because, you really do speak the truth, and I can relate very strongly to what you say.
I know you can, and a lot of our listeners, they so excited to. I had previewed them and told them that I was going to be talking to you. And the last time that you were on, I had got a lot of emails, a lot of calls that they were thanking me for having you on. So I said, I had told them back then, that I was going to come over to Hawaii.
Yeah.
And I'm excited. First time coming over. We're bringing the whole family coming.
You guys you are in for such an incredible treat, man. I mean, Hawaii. And you're going to the Garden Isle. Kauai is called the Garden Isle because during the winter months it gets more rain than any place on the planet. And it's just so gorgeous and so green, and the people are so friendly, and you're going to have a wonderful time. And I'll get you over to Oahu and you make some fresh cookies for you.
Yeah.
Going to be memorable.
That's good. Hey, we got to take just a little station break.
Go for
it. But when we come back, we got you for the next hour, okay?
We got it. I'm here. I'm yours.
Y'all keep it locked. Don't go away, y'all. Hey, ladies and gentlemen, get your pencil, your
Get
pad
up.
out. Get up. Wake them up. Wake her up. Get the children up. We'll be right back.
Your voice, your opinion, your station. News Talk 1080 AM WTPS, the People Station.
If you're in a collision and airbags deploy, OnStar receives a signal and can initiate a call to check on you.
OnStar emergency, this is Halai. Ma'am, are there any injuries? Yes. I currently have you on Kingsborough Boulevard. I'm going to contact the police.
Police.
Hi, this is Halai calling from OnStar. I have a vehicle collision with airbag deployment.
Hello?
Hello? Yes. I'm a witness to the accident. I was here when this happened. Are you sending an ambulance?
Yes. Is the driver okay?
She veered off and hit a pole. She's conscious, but she's not speaking.
We'll get help out there.
Even when you can't communicate, OnStar can locate your vehicle and call for help.
They're here. They're here right now.
Thank you for your help.
The first year of OnStar service is included on new OnStar-equipped GM vehicles and covers unlimited use of all safety and security services. To experience OnStar, press your blue button or visit OnStar.com. OnStar by GM.
Hi, this is Donald Trump. Have you achieved the financial success that you've always dreamed about? I have, and you can too. The Learning Annex Real Estate and Wealth Expo has hired me to teach you all my secrets to success in person, and I look forward to meeting you there.
Get your ticket today for just $49. That's right, $49 for the entire weekend. Meet and learn from Donald Trump. Get a 3-hour training with Tony Robbins. Become an automatic millionaire with David Bach. Get sales tips from Mega Grill champion George Foreman. And learn learn the laws of attraction from the star of the hit DVD The Secret, Jack Canfield. To attend the Learning Annex Wealth Expo with 52 classes in Fort Lauderdale, June 9th and 10th, call 1-800-451-9220. That's 1-800-451-9220 to get your weekend pass for just $49. Save $130. Use coupon code 1080AM to pay only $49 for the entire weekend. Hurry, this sale ends soon. Call 1-800-451-9220. Again, 1-800-451-9220.
Here's Talk 1080 listens to you, South Florida.
I'm glad you're here because it does give us the opportunity to get a snapshot of what's going on across the board in the black community.
I was falsely arrested by the police. In doing so, they injured my back, broke my tooth.
I've been listening for a couple weeks now. Well, actually about a month now, and I'm really enjoying the conversation between you and Andre and all the listeners.
And your voices will not go unheard. The People Station. News Talk 1080 WTPS.
It's the Robert Henderson Jr. Show, featuring Robert Henderson Jr., certified financial planner and president of the Henderson Financial Group. Understanding money. It's all about the money.
Yep. It's all about the money. That's why you got to understand the money. It's all about the money. You have to understand how it works, how the money works, how to get it, how to keep it, how to make it work for you and your family. You don't want it to consume you. You don't want to lose yourself with money. Money is just a byproduct. Don't worship money. You use money to help and bring love, peace, and happiness to your fellow mankind. That's what you do with money. For so long, so many people misunderstand the use of money. This is Robert Henderson Jr., certified financial planner, inside the beautiful studios, WTPS 1080 AM. Joining me is my sister-in-law, business partner, and co-host, Lynda Harris.
Good morning, good morning.
And we're talking to Wally Amos. Wally, you there?
Of course I'm here.
Okay. I'll make sure I don't
I
lose
went back to bed, man. I'm sorry. It's too early for me.
Now, Wally, you know what we want to do? Because we always try to educate our listeners. Our show, it's a financial show. We talk about money, but we like the foundation. It's just not just money. We like to go over the foundation. We want to give them the meaning, the understanding. We try to lay it out so they can get a better understanding of finance and business and how it intertwines with life and nature. You follow me?
Right. You do a good job, too, man. You do a great job.
Well, we trying.
No. Hold on a second. You talked about independence and interdependence, and you were right on there. So you can't tell me you're trying.
We're doing it.
Because if you're trying, you ain't going nowhere.
We're doing it.
Thank you very much.
Okay, that's what I'm talking about. Teach me. Hey, now, what I want to do is I want you to talk a little bit. You know, Wally, I always go over this, one of my favorite movies, and not just the entertainment part, but the message that's in the movie. Mm-hmm. And it's called The Wizard of Oz. Mm-hmm. And I tell people all the time how life reminds me of The Wizard of Oz. How you have Dorothy trying to get somewhere. She's trying to get to the promised land. Mm-hmm. And she's going down that yellow brick road. Mm-hmm. And on her path of trying to get to Emerald City, she encountered a lot of things and stuff that she didn't expect. Mm-hmm. To try to, and the witch is actually trying to get her from reaching the promised land. You follow me?
Right.
Now, I view life the same way, as things and stuff get in your way. And once for Dorothy and for us, a lot of times we think that it's all in reaching the wizard, only to find out when we finally scuffle and push and shove and get there that the wizard is some little short man sitting behind the counter, the curtain. You follow me?
I understand totally.
Now, so with that, with that metaphor, I want to talk about your story, how you started, and I want to compare it with who was the wizard.
Well,
you understand?
I was talking with someone a couple of days ago about this very same issue, and a lot of people are going for a destination, and the reality is life is not about the destination. It is about the journey, and all of life is connected. Every experience that you have is connected to the next one or to the previous one. And so, it's not about good or bad. It's just about staying in the game.
So do you believe, as I believe, that at first, when you're a student of truth and you can't see good, you start measuring things as good and bad? But
absolutely.
But as the blinders come off and as you begin to really, really see, then you notice that that's all good. And the things that you thought was bad was really for your good.
Absolutely.
Because they help to strengthen you and make you.
Right. I'll give you a great example. When I was 12 years old, I was living in Tallahassee, Florida, where I was born, and my mother and father divorced. Now, wow, that's bad because your mother and father divorced, and now you got to go through all this stuff, and you blame yourself and all that. But I moved to New York City to live with Aunt Della. Aunt Della was the first person to bake chocolate chip cookies for me. If that experience had not happened, Famous Amos never would have come to be. Now, it took 27 years for me to start Famous Amos, so I had to do a lot of things in between being 12 and being 39. And I had to do a lot of them right. Otherwise, I never would have gotten to be 39. I never would have gotten to cash in on the opportunity of being Famous Amos. So that's just a prime example how you never know where your life is going. You never know how things are going. Sometimes it takes a long time. And I'll give you another example. So I start Famous Amos in 1975, and we come out of the gate absolutely running. And I was running and doing, and and I got a little carried away with myself. And 14 years down the road, I've hit a lot of bumps, and now I'm hitting the biggest bump of all, and I've lost all equity in Famous Amos. So now I'm Famous Amos, but I no longer have Famous Amos.
And you know what? When you said you started in '75 and y'all start hitting and y'all was going, I got a metaphor because when people talk, I get it. It's like I'm playing a visual in my mind. I was thinking about the Wizard of Oz when Dorothy had got all the crew and they was doing that little thing. We're off to see the wizard, and they skipping down. So you was doing like that, right?
Oh, no question.
You were skipping.
I forgot to put a team together. And I had some people working with me, but I didn't know anything about business. So the first thing I should have done, was, and you talked about that earlier this morning. The first thing I should have done, I should have gotten me somebody that knew about business.
Right.
Somebody that knew how to run a business, because I could promote it, but I didn't know anything about running a business. So, you create your own hole. You really do. You dig it for yourself. So, but then there's always, Famous Amos sued me over ownership of my name and likeness.
When you say Famous Amos sued you,
yeah, because I had lost the company.
But we always thought you was Famous Amos.
Well, I am, but I am Famous Amos. But if
I had a corporation,
if I no longer have equity in the corporation, then being Famous Amos, it doesn't mean anything.
What do you mean by? Okay, let's stop right there, because we educate. When you said equity, I don't like the term.
Ownership.
Right, ownership. It means stock.
Yeah.
Shares.
Yes.
You had shares. When you lost your shares,
right?
Even though it was your name, you came up with the name Famous Amos. When you got rid of your shares, your stock, then you know,
I was gone.
You was gone.
I was gone. Had no say so at all. I could be Famous Amos. It doesn't matter, but I have no say so in that company. But when Famous Amos sued me, you talked about truth principles. The truth of the matter is, they sued me over my name, Wally Amos, all right? But I am not Wally Amos.
No.
That's who you call me. That's how people identify me.
Well, who are you?
I'm a child of God.
You're a child of God.
You can't own me. You can't own my spirit. You can't own my enthusiasm, my laughter, my point of view. That's all very uniquely mine, and nobody can own that. So I knew that. And it was those aspects of my personality that enabled me to create Famous Amos. So I said, well, I'll have to do something else now. And I started doing lectures, and I started doing other things. And then finally I started another company, and Uncle Wally's Muffins. I'd never done muffins before, but I met a guy who thought we could do muffins together, and he was right. And he's a great partner. He's a great businessman, So I promote, he runs the business, and we have assembled a great, fantastically successful business with Uncle Wally's.
Wally's.
So you learn, but you talked about learning, man. And all of life is simply
learning.
A learning experience. That's the only reason, we live to serve one another, and we grow through our life experiences.
Right.
Just learning from everything that happens.
I just wrote an article, and I because when I write articles, I really be writing it from the heart.
Mm-hmm.
And I said, honestly, most of us, we are creatures that are very insecure and living in fear.
Exactly. Exactly.
If you're a creature, for the most part, that's why we feel that we're in competition with each other.
Mm-hmm.
That's why we hate. Because for the most part, we only hate another person, especially another ethnic group, is because somebody told us to hate.
Right.
Somebody told us.
And on a deeper level, Rob, you don't hate someone else, you hate yourself. Because life is projection. So it all starts inside of your head. So what you're projecting outside, it emanates within you, right? It's like it's a movie. So you're the writer, you're the producer, you're the director, you're the editor, you're the star of your movie. What you're seeing out there, it's not out there. You're making it up.
Right.
You're making it up. So if you hate someone else, guess who you're hating? You're really hating yourself.
Yeah, because we're connected. But when you think about it, to be in fear, to be insecure, a person who is in fear, a person who is insecure, man, you lose yourself. Because because you're acting off impulse, you're acting off, I would say, things that are illusions. And it makes you feel like you're in competition. It makes you feel like you got to push and you got to shove and you got to be better. Somebody else.
Here's the thing: when you're shoving and you're pushing, it's going away from you. You can't push something away from you and have it. So when you're pushing, when you're forcing, trying to force things to happen, they're going away from you. When you let go and relax and just hold your hand out, then it falls in your lap. That's the way it works, man. When you quit putting that pressure on it, when you take the pressure off, then life comes in.
Yeah, but see, that's easier. That's easier said than done. When you got somebody and them bill collectors calling, they ain't got time to go inside. That's what they feel. They feel like they have a sense of urgency, so they got to move, shove, You follow me? So you don't have a chance to listen to yourself or really face reality.
Well, I think the reality is that we're not in charge. The reality is that God's in charge. And the reality is you got in that fix because you were manipulating and looking to control situations and looking to have things be the way you want. And you gave a great example earlier also of people who start businesses, say, well, I'm going to be rich or I'm going to have all this. That's not a good reason to start a business.
Not at all.
Not at all. So when you do that, when you live life from that perspective, then you are doomed. You are absolutely doomed to failure. Even if you get the money, even if you are financially successful, you will lose it or you will not be happy with it.
And so many people are at that state. A lot of people have a lot of money and still are not happy.
I know many of them.
So that tells you right there that the money is not it. It's not the answer.
Money is not the answer.
But it's hard to tell somebody who broke, busted, and disgusted that money won't make them happy.
Well, but that's all learned behavior also. The thing that years ago, I like observing what's going on and then forming my own opinions. And years ago, I just decided that I was not going to be controlled by other people's beliefs. That I want to look at stuff and say, okay, what is the truth? What is it that never, ever changes? And I want that to be my guide. And each individual has to decide what is the truth for themselves. I can't tell somebody what's the truth for them. I know what is true for me. But you look at those things that are always constant, that never change, and they're always spirit-based. They're always God-based. And that when you let those ideas guide you and control you, then your journey is going to be much smoother.
Well, see, we're on the same page because a while back we talked about what is truth and what is falsehood, and I always say that truth are things that does not change or fade away.
Exactly.
So it's a whole lot of falsehood. I mean, because that's how if you want to really know what is true, what's falsehood, just think about the things. Like I said, anything that changes and fade away, it's not true.
It's not true.
And so therefore, don't bet the house. Don't bet everything.
Don't be involved in those things.
Right? Don't fall for that. That's nothing but a trick,
But here's it. Look. So I had years of success with Famous. Then it didn't go good. And then I started Uncle Wally's with a friend of mine, and that's going good because it's got a good team. But I always wanted to be in the cookie business again. And so in 2005, August 31st, 2005, I opened me a cookie store in Hawaii. And we've been doing that almost 2 years now. And as famous as I am and as much as I'm supposed to know, there's some things that I still need to learn because I'm not showing a profit with that company yet. And I'm coming into some realizations also about myself and how I do business. And I've just this past week, man, I've come to an incredible realization with the help of my oldest son, who's in Hawaii working with me on the business. I've gotten people involved with me, and I get excited emotionally over them and what the potential is of working with them. And I give them unusual responsibility, even before they have proven that they deserve it, or that they can, or that they earn it, or that they can do the job that I've assigned to them. And I don't share with them what my expectations are from them. And so what I have really done is I've set people up to fail. And I've set myself up to fail. And that has happened, too, because when I have an idea and I want to do something, I just want to do it right then. So I rush and I do it, and then I get in a jam, and so then I pressure myself because I've got to make a decision and I've got to do things, and I do them for the wrong reason. So what I've decided now is, and another thing that, I like to promote, I don't like business.
Oh, my goodness.
I know what to do to some degree, and if I really put my mind to it and start being responsible, I can do it. And that's what I'm going to have to do right now with Chip and Cookie when I get back home.
So you like the rainmaker, but you don't like the details and the back office stuff. Is that what I'm saying?
Right. But that's the foundation. No, if you don't do that, you don't have anything.
No, that's the legs.
Right.
Then I'm proving that one more time. So guess what? I'm reversing all of my thinking, and when I get back home, I'm going to firmly take the reins of this retail store, and I'm going to turn this sucker around. And with the help of my son also, we're gonna really shape this thing up.
The thing is that it's interesting that you should be saying this because earlier, the first hour, that's what we talked about. Mm-hmm. We talked about management and see and how you continually learning. But I'm gonna tell you something. The realization and the truth that you just experience and what you realize, you can only obtain that if you truly are studying yourself.
Yeah, you got that. Well, and other people, my son was studying me also, and because he and I are so close. I mean, he was able to share that with me. But here's another thing that I have to do, and I've been thinking about that this morning before talking with you. And actually, there's a little book that I read called 365 Down, and I gave one to my son years ago, and I turned to it this morning, and it was on blame. I'm going to share it because it's really, we always blame other people, and the only person you can blame is that person that you look at in the mirror. So this is about blame. It says, though others have faults, concentrate on your own. Some people have the habit of blaming others. Perhaps all of us have this weakness. The list of scapegoats for our miseries is clever and endless. Parents, community, teachers, government, and even demons and gods are all invoked when we have problems. If difficulties truly come from the outside, the problem is not blame. For those cases, the course of action is very clear. Neutralize the influence. If the problem comes from within, the solution must come from within as well. Before you blame friends, relatives, or teachers for bad habits and short-sightedness, you should remember that no one is to blame but yourself. It is an equal mistake to lose self-esteem simply because you have some flaws. Looking at your shortcomings and taking steps to eliminate them should be viewed as a dispassionate project. You're not worthless because you undertake to rise above your faults. That description is only for those who never attempt to perfect themselves. We all have a perfect core, a special self inside. That purity is perfect and holy. Therefore, no one is worse than another. We're all on this planet simply to reach back into that pure self. When we reach that spirit, there are no flaws and there is no blame. So now, what I have to do now, there's a young man that's been working with me. His name is Vince Wilson. He's a very talented guy and a really good person. And I kind of set him up unconsciously to fail, and in the process set myself up to fail also. And so he and I have really been at odds with each other. I must now apologize to him and see if he wants to just start over with me being more responsible and with me kind of setting parameters with which we can work, and with us, mapping out a plan together on how we can be successful, because he believes in what we're doing. He believes in Chip and Cookie as much as I do. So now I'm going to send him a letter as soon as we get off the phone this morning. And because I've got to apologize to him for what I did. I created this. He didn't.
Yeah.
I love his honesty. I love your honesty. I
Well,
love the way he's putting your faults out there. You're not giving us the glamorous part. You're telling us how you messed up, how you continue to make mistakes and learn. I absolutely admire and love your honesty. Thank you so much.
And that blame thing, let me tell you, we talk about it because we always say on this show, we don't blame. In other words, how people start saying, other shows, they're talking about you're black and we this and that. No. Listen, let me tell you something. I don't waste time on blaming nobody else because you cannot take blame to the grocery store.
No, and when you point one finger at someone else, you're pointing three at yourself.
Right.
Yeah,
so
I mean,
it's never benefited nobody just to blame. So blame, so what? Okay, now you blame and you say they won't do this and they won't do this and they haven't. They took this one. Okay, now what?
What are you
and there
doing?
is no they, man. You're they.
Exactly.
You're they. Get off of it. Black is just the color of your skin. It's not the color of your mind. It's not the color of your brain.
Right.
That's what controls you. Those two elements control you. Black is the color of your skin. Skin, that's nothing. That's just pigmentation.
Right.
That's all that is, man.
Man, I hope the people out there listening who want to start a business, that's what the show was about. We actually have Wally Famous Amos on the phone now. If he
still
can
black
tell us,
after all these years, I'm still black.
Absolutely.
Still making mistakes, still doing things right, still doing things
Constantly
wrong,
learning.
still living.
Yeah.
You haven't given up the good fight, have you?
Man, I'm not going to give up. That's how you die. That's how you lose is if you quit,
Yeah.
But I want people to know also that the cookies that we're selling, it's a handmade product.
Okay.
It's a full flavor tasting cookie made with real butter, made with semi-sweet chocolate chips, pure vanilla extract. We got a lot of pecans in the pecan cookies, chocolate chip pecan. We got a lot of macadamia nuts, 9% nuts in the chocolate chip with macadamia nuts. And people can test these out. You know, they don't have to take my word for it because we sell cookies online.
Are you going to be opening up? Are you going to be getting it back into the local stores around here? Are you thinking?
Well,
about
you know, I'm there'll be more on this, but we are there's something happening in Delray Beach.
Uh-huh.
There's something happening in Delray Beach with a good friend of mine that lived there, and I don't want to talk about it right now because you know we're just putting the pieces together. But there's something. Stay tuned. Something is going to happen.
Oh, I know it is.
In Delray Beach,
I know.
Florida.
Oh, I know for sure
with
it is.
Chip and Cookie.
I know for sure it's going to happen. I know for sure. But tell the listeners if they want to order some cookies online just to get the preview before the Delray thing happened. Yeah. Now you know when the Delray thing happens, I know it's going to happen. You know you got to come back here. So
I will come back there. I'm going to camp out there for at least about a week.
That's right.
Okay. I want to be there and make cookies, and I want people to only show them how it's done. I want to serve personally fresh cookies for people.
Well, tell the people right now how they can preview and sample these cookies. How they can actually go online and order some of these cookies.
They can go to chipandcookie.com. That's ChipandCookie.com. The orders go right to the store. The orders come to me. I know when an order comes in, I'll respond. If you want to put a message on there for Wally, you can do that. You can also send me an email if you wish from chipandcookie.com also. But, you know, another aspect of Chip and Cookie is we are using that to promote reading aloud, encouraging parents to read aloud to their children from birth on for at least 10 minutes a day. I encourage parents to read to their children while the mother is carrying the child, because if you do that and then continue when the child is born, you'll have a child that will absolutely grow up to be a reader, that will feel good about themselves, that will create a nice bond between the child and the parent. There's wonderful things happen when you read aloud to your child.
Yeah. But Wiley, we really, really certainly enjoy having you on this morning. I tell you, it's always a pleasure. And, you know, the listeners know when, you know, there's nothing rehearsed. You coming right from the heart. You telling exactly, you know, what is taking place, how you
the only way to go, brother. The only way to go.
Reinvent yourself, brother. You continue to reinvent
Let
yourself.
people also go to UncleWally's.com to find out what's happening in the wonderful world of muffins. We're transforming the world of muffins, my friend. I'm going to see you in Hawaii. You call me now, and let's make plans for you to fly over to Oahu on Friday, and I'll pick you up, and I'm going to serve you and whoever comes with you
the whole
fresh
family.
chocolate chip cookies.
You got it. Much love to you. And
Thank you.
Hey, we're on our way to the airport.
Flight.
All right. Talk to you later.
Aloha.
All right. Aloha. We'll be right back. Keep it locked. We got another 15 minutes, 8:45. Listen to WTPS. We'll be right back.
News, talk, weather, and traffic on News Talk 1080 AM WTPS, the People Station. Michael Baisden, weekdays 4 to 7 p.m.
If you protected yourself, then you might not have gotten it. And do you know what you're doing to other people? Do you know if you give it to a man who'll take it home to his wife, whose wife might be pregnant, who'll give it to her child?
Wow.
Do you understand that? I lived with a man 8 years. He didn't tell me jack. But now all of a sudden, he gave me something to try to blame it on me. I knew he was low down and dirty. And this sucker walking around here in Little Rock is like free as a bird.
News Talk 1080 AM WTPS, the People Station.
When was the last time someone offered you a second chance to save thousands of dollars? If you owe the IRS or state at least $15,000, American Tax Relief is offering you a second chance to eliminate up to 85% of your delinquent taxes. Thousands of honest, hardworking Americans have turned to American Tax Relief for the help they need. Look, your tax problem isn't going to go away. In fact, it's only going to get worse unless you get help. Call 1-800-542-6854. For a one-time professional fee, American Tax Relief can get you the second chance you never had before to save up to 85% on the taxes you owe. Get the second chance you deserve and save up to 85% on your delinquent taxes. Call American Tax Relief for a free consultation to see how much money they can help save you. Call 1-800-542-6854. Call right now for your second chance. 1-800-542-6854.
She gets so weak in the knees.
I get so weak. I've tried to work out with Eddie before, but that doesn't work out for us.
But it's a good thing he's there to hold her up.
She has no idea what's in store for her today. She's going to be extremely sore when today's over with.
Taj and Eddie George put the real in reality TV.
Help me, Lord.
I'm Married a Baller at 10 and 10:30 p.m. Eastern, 7 and 7:30 p.m. Pacific, only on TV1. Available on Comcast Cable and DirecTV Channel 241.
What's your name? Where are you calling from?
My name is Ramon. I'm calling from Miami.
Guess what, Ramon?
What's that?
We're going to give you $108 because you're our 10th caller in our cash money giveaway. Congratulations, you're a winner.
And guess what, Joy?
What?
He's going to be eligible to win $1,080.
Because we want to help you pay your bills.
Well, you know what? That will pay a bill or two. That'll be nice.
You know it will. So, Ramon, tell them who hooked you up this morning.
WTPS 1080, Waco, South Florida, with Joy Reed and Andre Eglishaw.
It's the Robert Henderson Jr. Show, featuring Robert Henderson Jr., certified financial planner and president of the Henderson Financial Group. Understanding money. It's all about the money.
It's all about the money, and there's nothing funny. It's all about the money. You're listening.
Always come back to that money.
Always come back to that money. Boy, I tell you, don't let them fool you. Don't let them fool you. That's what the bottom line is. How much is it going to cost me? How much I need?
But, Robert, that was Wally famous Amos on the phone. Do they still have his picture on the cookie?
Yeah.
That's him smiling.
Yeah.
That was him on the phone.
Yeah. That's him. Boy, I tell you. But I'm going to tell you something. That brother there, man, you know what he was saying, Lynda? He was saying, he is not his name. That's deep now. You can take famous Amos, but he is the seed. They took the apple, but he's the seed. And when you have the seed, you can grow more apples.
Right.
And that's what he's doing with Chip and Cookie and also with Uncle Wally.
That's right.
So he's still learning.
That's right.
And earning. You follow me?
Mm-hmm.
And life is about learning. Pretty much what we always say on this show, you know?
Yeah.
Learning and continue, to go out of the square.
I love his honesty.
Yes.
I love his honesty.
He's
and
telling
he's
the truth.
100% right. I mean, life is in the journey, not the destination. And he's still going through it.
Right, because when you get to the destination, a lot of times you say, this is it?
Right.
What am I going to do now? Is it?
It's the little Oz, the midget behind the curtain.
Right. Lying to everybody, got y'all
lying
hyped
to
up.
everybody, scaring everybody.
That's what happened to Paris Hilton,
Oh, yeah.
All the money, she's seen that little man behind the curtain. She's like, this is it? Might as well get drunk, high, and everything else. What, And so his values, dissipate.
Like, this is what I've been chasing and running after and running behind and about to break my neck for.
This it?
This it?
So it tells you a lot. It tells you a lot, But, that's why we need to talk about it and so people can understand it so they won't be chasing a dream.
Right.
Because a lot of people feel like if they only had some money. But, it's hard to tell somebody who doesn't have some money that money ain't everything.
Yeah, we're not listening to you.
Right.
We're not listening to you. It's very difficult to look at what you do and how you live and other people that we see out there that we perceive as, they got it made.
Yeah, but I'm going to tell you something. How people always ask me, Robert, how can you share and give so much and be honest and teach people? Because I understand. I've been to Emerald City.
You've been walking the Yellow Brick Road.
I walked
you
the
were
Yellow...
skipping and hopping with the Scarecrow.
Right. And I seen it was nothing but a little short man.
Right.
And I'm coming back down that Yellow Brick Road to tell y'all, hey, listen, don't hit nobody on the head. Don't commit no crime. Right. It ain't all that.
It's not the answer to everything.
Right.
It's not the cure-all.
Right. The cure-all is love.
Yeah. And actually, it's making sure you don't step and grind and crush and kill on your way to the destination.
Yeah.
Live your life. Treat people right.
Stepped on so many people.
Oh, man.
Because you know what? I'm going to tell you something. Nobody gets away.
Yeah.
The people you step on, somebody going to step on you.
Yeah.
In some way, some form. It's karma. Nobody gets away.
Just when you think you reach your destination and about to see the whiz, you wonder, I made it. Why is this happening to me?
Right.
You think about all the people you stepped on, crushed, killed, destroyed on your journey.
Nobody.
That's not the way to take the journey.
Nobody gets away. That's why I can relate to that story. When he was talking about how his parents got divorced, and he wouldn't stay with his aunt or grandmama or whoever. And that's how he learned cookies. You know, that reminded me of my stories. Like my father, who was a wife beater, and how he was beating my mom. I mean, you know, and we left. Do you know when I saw my mother get out of that position, she didn't have to take that. Do you know, I really believe that's why inside of my heart and my soul, when I'm in an uncomfortable situation, I will leave. There's no money.
Right, you don't have to take it.
Right, I don't care. If I don't feel good about something, I'm out of here. Y'all can have the money, I'm out of here. Because the way I feel, the way I am is far more valuable. So that lets me know that I can go to the next level. Right, so it's encouraging.
You are the cookie maker. You are the seed.
Yeah, I have the seed. I can always plant. As long as you are the seed, you can always multiply and grow your crop. You follow me? Metaphorically speaking, we're not talking about farms, y'all, but we all truly are farmers. Now, today we talked about businesses and looking at the different aspects and different viewpoint on the business. You can't just look from you trying to get. You got to understand the person who has the money, the bank, the venture capitalist, the financial advisor. You got to know how you're looking. See, either you coming in and say, this is the kind of person we like. We like for somebody to come in and say, listen, I've been working my tail off. I got an invention or I got a business idea. More than an idea, I worked it. I've also done the research. I know the good and bad about this business that I need some help with. I'm almost there, but I need a little bit of help. I can't lift this load by myself, but I'm willing to lift. I don't want to just take your money and use you and tell you, oops, it didn't work, so hey, you out of it. See, when you come in saying, I want to partner up with you, when you come in together and say, we, I'm looking out for you, and you're kind enough to lend me some money, so I want to make sure that you're covered. When you come in with that attitude, then you get response. You get action. Because we're already thinking that either you coming in, you trying to get us or fool us. You're trying to swindle us. That's what we're thinking. So you got to come in and say, listen, I got an idea. I sell barbecue, and the lines are so long, I only have one barbecue grill. If I had 2 barbecue grills, then I could make more money. And I can pay you back. Okay? You got to be able to show us the plan and include us. Don't try to pimp us. As soon as we try thinking that you're trying to get something for nothing, then, hey, we man, get out of here. We're not stupid.
And even if you don't have the cash or a house to pledge, you got to give up some of your equity. Have a buyback clause. Don't think somebody's going to now own a majority of your idea. You can let them buy the majority, but buy it back once you prove and it start making money.
I remember when I first got started, and that's an interesting point. When I first got started and I had all these ideas, and I would take them up to people who had a whole lot of money. Right. What I would do is I would come with the idea, show them how to do it. Since I didn't have no money at the time and I was young, I would tell them to give me 20% or 10%. Absolutely. And they said, okay. They put up all the money. But then when it would be successful, I made a believer out of them. When I would come back to them, they liked me for my creative ideas. So as I continue to bring them ideas and I make a little bit of money, they make a lot, I became valuable.
Absolutely.
They needed me, they wanted me. And then as I started making my little 10%, my little crumb that I started making, it started growing. And then I got to the point where I was able to come to the table and say, hey, this is 50-50 because I got my 50 and you got your 50. You follow me?
And I got the idea.
Then it got to a point where I had the money.
Absolutely.
And I can go on my own.
Added value.
So you got to crawl before you walk. You can't come up with an idea and say, hey, you just want the money and you don't want to give up no ownership. People are not going to let you just take their money and you run the ship and they don't know if you sleeping or if you don't went and paid all your bills or you going out of town. All of a sudden, sometimes you can get $1 million and you won't go work.
Exactly.
So you got to think not just from your point of view, but from the other person's point of view. We had this guy, I came on last Thursday, and this guy works with the Miami Trust Fund, and they trying to help people to get into business and help housing. Let me tell you something. We look for agencies in the government. Anytime you're looking for the government to help you, you got to understand you're in the mode of being a dependent. Now, there's 3 stages that in life that we go through. One is called the dependent stage. When you're dependent, you as the infant, like a child. You're childlike. So you got daddy or mom, you're sucking on the bottle. They're taking care of you. They tell you to shut up. They tell you what to do. So anytime you're dealing with the government, don't try to tell them what to do because you're dependent. You're like a child. Like they tell you when to go to bed, when to wake up. They spank you. They give you how much food they want to give you, and they feed you whatever they want to feed you when they want to feed you when you're a child. That's a dependent stage. So a lot of us are grown, 60, 50, 40, 30 years old, and we still dependents. We're in a dependent stage. For in business, we look at you as being a dependent, an infant. So when your goal is to come out of the dependency stage and come to the independent. But independent says that you can work independently on your own. Nobody has to actually force you to go ahead and learn and study because you can go ahead and learn and study and read on your own. After you do that, we're going to put you with other independent people so y'all can become interlocked and interdependent. And when you become interdependent, now you got a team. You can't do nothing by yourself. You got to have people and be surrounded by like-minded. Our problem is a lot of people who are still struggling are working independently, and you cannot. You ain't never seen one ant pull up an insect up the side of the wall. He needed the other ants. Get the metaphor? Much love to Lynda. We got to get to the airport. We getting ready to go to Hawaii, but make sure you guys tune in next Saturday. We got another fantastic show for you. We got a lot of letters and emails, and we're going to read them to you, and we're going to just tune in, all right? Much love to you. We're going to be out, but our office still be open. You can still call and make appointments, okay? Much love to you. See ya.